Did y'all get a chance to catch what's going on with that Julio Foolio case, bro? How they sentenced them boys to murders, bro?
Yeah.
Hey, watching them basically be sentenced to life in prison, and they start breaking down their tears. First of all, I was like, what you crying now for? That was the first thing, right? Because, come on, bro. Like, what did you think? What did you think was going to happen? Like, you thought you were going to get off? But I'm going to tell you the part that shook me to the core and that makes me want to safeguard my child, my oldest son, even more, and make sure that I am teaching him the right ways. Do you know that Warden got up there and happily expressed why these guys, or specifically one of them, should not be sentenced to the death penalty? When bro got up there, he was like, he's a young man, he's healthy, and we're going to get a lot of sweat equity, man, that word fucked me up. A lot of sweat equity out of him. To the point they said, what does it look like? He said, it looks like soon as he gets in, he's going to have an inmate number. And when he leaves in a body bag, it wasn't no if he leaves, it wasn't no and however he leaves. It was when he leaves in a body bag, he will have an inmate number. And I don't know, I've never looked at life in prison in a way like I did after hearing that, man. And I don't know. Do y'all think there should be some sort of mercy on these guys? Or I mean, I don't know what that beef was really about. I don't know how they really got into it. I'm sure it was the money that somebody decided to pay them. But come on, man, these kids, bro, we have to preach to these young men, bro. Like, you gotta pay attention to what you're doing, bro. All that music that you listening to, they don't care about you.
I mean,
come on, man.
These days, I mean, it's not a smart thing, nor has it ever really been. But these days, especially, it's just really not a smart thing to try and get rid of a high-profile rapper by taking his life.
Yeah.
It's really not a smart thing to do. I mean,
because they're already watching the rappers.
They're already
watching the rappers.
So, and then I'm, especially the whole thing with Foolio, this was all, street beef going back and forth.
Yeah.
Foolio dissing people, whatever the case may be. And this is how a lot of these things start. And so, yeah, a lot of times it's a back and forth until, wrong place, wrong time type thing, or the people that set them up catch them, at the right time. So it's a crazy thing what we see, and it's a continuous thing that is happening among drill culture and drill rap these days. But yeah, no, life gone on all sides. Fulio is obviously not here. And then you got the three men who are obviously going to face life in prison. You got the young girl, I believe, that's going to face 15 or 20 years or something, which people have feelings about that. If I'm correct. But yeah, they was talking about the one specific guy that Warden was talking about, sweat equity, and how he's an inmate number, and that's all he is now.
That's all he is.
And
that's
I mean,
crazy, bro.
It gets no realer than that. And this dude apparently, I guess, came from a good background and a good household. And so it's crazy how you can allow somebody to influence you,
bro.
to want to be a part of something like that and throw your whole entire life away.
Bro, I coach a basketball team, and one of my players, he was just messing around, but he was like, and that's on Vine. And I was like, bro, you like Vine? He was like, yeah. And I was like, bro, but he died. He dead. And he was like, yeah, but he was one of the realest ones. I said he was so real that he died in the life that he wanted to rap about. You know what I'm saying? I know of other players or former players or whatever you want to call it, who's going through instances right now where their life has caught up with them. And bro, it just sucks. It really, really sucks. Because they're influenced. That's the reason why D1 can yell on the stage and say, how many of y'all like when rappers get murdered? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he been saying that.
He said that on Rolling Loud, bro. It's a whole meme now. I hate that it's a meme. But he's trying to really he's trying to really speak to the fact that, and I told y'all this. He said that the reason why he became a school teacher because he realized he didn't have the young people's ear. He didn't have it, but somebody like an NBA young boy, somebody like a Julio Foolio, Dirk, Vaughn has the ear of these kids. That's the ones that they listen to, the ones that they pay attention to. We all went through it. You know what I'm saying? Rappers, you pay attention to them. They show us how to get girls and how to move and how to be cool and how to do like that. Unfortunately, they do. Dede, what you got, bro?
Man, it's everything y'all pretty much said, but it's the fact that what do you think you're gonna get out of running down on somebody and just murdering them, ending their life when all they did was just entertain? You took the entertainment that deep and personal that you felt like you had to go in their life because you inserted yourself. Really, it was just down to somebody inserting themselves in something that had nothing to do with them
But it's street culture, bro.
and
That's the
trying to
code. That's
pretend.
street code.
But then also it's like, yeah, that's the street, because I feel like the worst part in that, what you're saying about street culture, is that you have people around you that don't talk you out of these ideas that you come up with, instead of like, oh man, when you come up to like if I came up to y'all and I said, hey y'all, man, such and such is talking about Lecrae. Let's go knock them off. Let's
Yeah.
go in their life.
Yeah,
You
that's
know what I'm saying?
crazy.
Like
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
crazy.
what kind of family members are y'all if y'all be like, yeah, man, it's a good idea. Let's go do it.
Bro,
Let's
you
get
our cousin,
together.
bro. You
Let's
our
go
cousin, bro.
shop. Let's go
We
buy
gotta do it.
black
We gotta,
outfits. Really, let's just
yeah,
go in the closet where we got the clothes already. Let's go
right,
buy
right.
everything. Let's not even just buy anything. Let's just use what we already don't
Yeah, use what
have, and
you're right.
then commit a sloppy murder to where we didn't got caught.
Yeah.
People are telling on each other. Everybody pointing a finger
Yeah.
like they in charge of this.
Over something that really didn't have anything to do with us.
Come on now, and the
Yeah,
common sense should tell you like
yeah.
you're
But who
not
bears
gonna
the
get off of that. You're
responsibility?
not gonna get away.
The individual bears the responsibility for allowing it to get there, but do the
Yeah.
rappers bear some responsibility for pushing this poison to the community, to the
No,
youth? I mean, a
no,
lot of people will say, they
no.
look back at NWA and they, NWA always said what? Hey, look, we just rapping about what we look out our windows and see every day. Like this
Mm,
is real life of what we're living. This is an expression. This is how we get it out without going to have to go do all of this stuff that we're talking about, right? And we're talking about shit like fuck the police, and they was really at odds with the government, right? But
yeah,
when you talk about Young Boy and you talk about Foolio and you talk about Dirk and you talk about these drill rappers, you know
yeah,
what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, bro. I love drill music. At a moment, that was one of my favorite genres of music, bro. Like for real. But I was old enough and mature enough to understand that it's purely entertainment. Or at least that's all I'm taking it as.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But you
yeah,
have these kids 12, 13, 14, all the way up to 21, 25. Like, nah, nigga, this is what we about. This is how we live. They're speaking my language.
Yeah.
Why did we get so ingratiated when it came to 116? Because it was niggas that looked like us, that talked like us, that came from the same hoods that we came from, but they were Christian like we were, and we figured that they understood what we were going through. They understood the things that we were dealing with better than a Toby Mac, unfortunately. Better than, you know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I think that the popularity of drill rap comes from people who are not in that lifestyle, who get a live documentation on what's going on in real
They
time
become
with
infatuated with that
real
lifestyle.
life beefs.
Yeah.
Because when we get into King Von and everybody, the Chicago drill rap scene and
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what
um
is it? FBG Duck and
all these
different.
different
Yeah.
blocks battling each other.
Yep.
When we get into that, a lot of these kids at the time that were taking each other's lives were releasing music as all these current deaths were happening, documenting what was going on. A great documentary piece by Trap Ross on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, the gang wars in Chicago, when he's going over the gang wars in Chicago. And it's really sad to kind of see like how that is, but yeah, you know, pretty much that drill scene is a live documentation on what's going on, and so people get tremendously invested. And not only that, these record companies are putting
Yeah,
major
putting millions
money
of dollars
behind
into it.
these
Yeah.
artists because they see that people are so invested with
Well,
this
when you
real
got
life
somebody like the DJ
documentation of
Academics who
street
literally
beats.
made a career, you know what I'm saying? DJ Academics literally made a career off of documenting Chirac. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and
I'm with you, bro.
it was the whole war. Kids and kids, they were all kids just
Yeah,
taking each other's lives back and
yeah,
forth.
yeah.
Um, and you know, it's crazy that King Von, the way his life was taken, wasn't even from somebody as or connection as it pertains to those wars in
Mhm.
Chicago, which is even crazier. But yeah, man.
That's why, I mean,
Rest in peace to everybody, man. Because I mean,
yeah,
it's crazy,
it's a lot. But
and it
that's the
only
reason
goes
why,
one way.
well, that's the reason why Christian hip hop is such a big, that's why it matters so much, bro. That is why it matters so much because you can get your beats, you can get your sound, you can get all of that. You know what I'm saying? And still be able to, you know, we're pushing a different message. You know what I'm saying? We're pushing a whole different message. We're feeding you what needs to be fed, and we're trying to help you change your life. There's a lot of people out there that speak formally from the streets, right? We know Thizzle's story, and I know there's other people, but I love bringing up Thizzle. You know, someone who was for all intents and purposes, an active gang member. You know what I'm saying? You could talk about Seven. You know what I'm saying? Who used to bang, turned his life around, and really started preaching to the streets. I know that there are many people like this, bro, but that is what we need when we talk about. You know, that's the reason why Christian hip hop is such a big thing, man.